Breaker 19 for all you mobile good buddies out there. You've got I and Welly on channel for a smoky report. Yeah, the big slab motorway is fuzz-free all the way to Birmingham. That's right, no police, clear to Birmingham, so there's nothing to stop you putting your foot down. 10-4.
Breaker 19, you're in big trouble. All right, Matthews. Leisure time.
Yes, sir.
Starting now.
I spy with my little eye something beginning with D. Something beginning with D. Desk. No, it's not desk. Duck. No, it's not duck either. No, this is a hard one. Will I give you a clue? No, thanks. I'll get it myself. Would it be darkness? No, it's not darkness. You can't see darkness. Yes, you can. No, you can't. Of course you can.
All right, time's up, Matthews.
But I haven't finished yet.
Oh, plenty of time for that tomorrow.
But tomorrow's Tuesday.
So?
Tuesday's the day I play me five-a-side football.
Leisure can get you out of the house, be relaxing or dangerous, and help you meet new people. Or all those things at once if you have a picnic on the central reservation of the M74. Leisure is big business. A group of tough financial bosses dedicated to getting us to take more time off. But enough of the cabinet. What we need is a cheap form of leisure that's not too tiring, doesn't need expensive new boots, and doesn't make you hungry. Well, we've found it. And at the moment, you're sitting and watching it.
Hello and welcome back to World of Sport, where we rejoin the final of the World Rod Angling Championships, which, as viewers who have been with us all afternoon will know, has now developed into a tense duel between English champion Terry Cope and Welsh hopeful Bob Evans. So it's back to Brian Moore on the River Ouse.
Here on this lonely beach on the barren west coast of Ireland, we are about to witness the arrival of the world's very first transatlantic swimmer. 25-year-old Alvin Schwartz set out from New York just 48 days ago and is now within moments of stepping ashore to complete his epic 3,200-mile non-stop swim. This rugged truck driver from Cleveland, Ohio, has made history in his marathon attempt against storms, 30-foot waves, fog, whales, and sub-zero temperatures. And I do believe, yes, he's coming ashore now. Alvin! I'm from BBC Nationwide.
Nationwide?
For a lot of people, leisure is no good unless it leaves you knackered. Feeling a bit like the England football team just before a match. You can knacker yourself in various sporting ways, all of which cost money. And, of course, enable you to display the fact that you can afford them. Best of the lot is three-day eventing, not only because it shows you can afford a horse, but because it also shows you can afford to take 3 days off a week. After three-day eventing, hunting is nearly as expensive. In this, a lot of hoorays on horses chase the hunt saboteurs across country while the foxes sit at home discussing David Attenborough. Some forms of sport are not only expensive, but also suicidal. Hang gliding, or as British Airways call it, standby. Then there's windsurfing, which is sort of underwater hang gliding. This is especially good for people who like wearing wet rubber next to the skin. Incidentally, there's now a nuclear version of windsurfing called windscaling. The most popular form of suicide these days is jogging. The important thing about jogging is that not only must it be done, it must be seen to be done. When you jog out of your front gate, you're not just saying, "Hey, look, I'm keeping fit." You're saying, "Hey, look, I can afford a brand new tracksuit and running shoes and all the other vital things." Like a taxi home. For joggers with delusions of grandeur, there are marathons and fun runs. Though the fun usually stops when you find yourself in a casualty ward with your eyes full of Jimmy Savile's cigar ash. If you want to exercise in a less energetic way, there's always orienteering. This is great fun. You and your friends all meet up in a pub, drink 13 pints of Guinness, and try and find your way back home.
Well, Kenny, something of a fairy tale. A young First Division footballer from London getting engaged to the daughter of an Arabian oil sheikh. Now tell me, Kenny, what about all that sudden wealth?
Well, I reckon she'll soon get used to it.
Merci, messieurs, mesdames. Faites vos jeux, s'il vous plaît. Vous êtes sûr, monsieur? Non, les jeux sont faits, rien ne va plus. Rouge 17. Mauvaise chance, monsieur.
Hard luck, old chap.
Merci, monsieur. It is the leisure industry's sworn aim to take money off you every spare moment you have. Otherwise, as far as they're concerned, you're just wandering around wasting time. You can join the leisure industry by acquiring one of my economical kits. There is first of all the pub kit. This contains an inaccurate clock, 10 horse brasses, a foam generator, a pair of landlord's side whiskers, and 400 glasses that hold just less than a pint.
Your pina colada, madam? Your lager, sir.
I mean, that's half the trouble, you see. None of them have any formal musical training. Well, they do, but what they teach them, God only knows. I mean, both these girls were violinists, but neither of them knew that the second movement of Tchaikovsky's Fourth was a pizzicato movement. Yes, I mean, they were both sitting there looking around saying, will we need a bow for this? Oh, God, it was funny.
It's so chaotic. Julie, I don't think you met Roger, have you?
Hi, pleased to meet you.
Hi. Really nice to meet you. Yes.
Are you a friend of Jane's?
Oh, yes, we've known each other for years. Are you a friend of Ian's?
Well, I wouldn't say friend.
Oh, good. Crisp, yummy
Aren't they making them some funny shapes these days?
Good evening, as you join us here at the Royal Opera House for a performance of Bizet's opera, I Subsidi. The plot deals with the struggle of Regione, a crippled provincial theatre director, to get a bigger grant from the Arts Council. He is defeated in this by Squander, the director of the Opera House, and the director of the National Theatre, Sapita. The opera contains much beautiful music, notably the aria, Your Tiny Grant is Frozen, and the much-loved tourists adore to see the opera, the so-called tourists adore song. We are to hear the duet £7,800,000, in which Regione and Squander sing of the annual subsidy paid to the Royal Opera House. I subsidy.
£7,800,000 a year Covent Garden gets slowly great in fat Italians and build enormous and elaborate sets. Sits in the stalls 30 queens, still they run up quite enormous debts. No wonder all the audience say, lend us a tenner till Friday.
If you don't want to go out, there's always the dinner party kit. This consists of white hot soup, lukewarm underdone pork in creamy oilseed rape sauce, 4 bottles of Bulgarian Riesling, and 3 married couples who are quite polite to each other until the 4th bottle of Bulgarian Riesling. But if you really want to make money out of leisure, you want the Health Farm kit. This contains 1 tumble-down 27-bedroom house, 1 lemon, 1 book of £300 invoices, and 1 stall to set up outside the gate selling Mars bars at £3.50 each.
If I could just stop you there, Mr. Wilkinson. Stop you there. Would you mind telling us a little bit about how you manage to keep so fit for your age?
Well, I believe everyone should do as I do. I don't smoke or drink. Every morning I jog for 6 miles and then do 30 press-ups. Every evening I cycle for 12 miles and then spend 20 minutes on the rowing machine. And just before I go to bed, I touch my toes 50 times.
Well, that's amazing. Do you mind telling me how old you are?
No, certainly not. I'll be 25 tomorrow.
Leisure that has nothing to do with keeping fit is called hobbies. Hobbies are things invented by people to get them away from their families. Things like train spotting. Always a popular one, this. Nowadays, you have to have great patience and exceedingly good eyesight. You can spot your own trains, of course, by investing in a model railway. These are incredibly realistic nowadays. You can get buffet cars that are always shut, barriers that crash down ages before the train pulls out, queues of model passengers waiting to have British Rail's fare structures explained to them. Some people take up hobbies to save money. Home brewing is a case in point, making wine out of grass cuttings. In fact, home beer and winemaking has become so popular, it's reckoned by 1987 Britain will be completely self-sufficient in alcoholism. Do-it-yourself is another hobby that pretends to save money.
So we more or less finished the sitting room, and Donald's going to start on the hall tomorrow because the walls need replastering. Then we're going to put in a new staircase and knock the children's rooms into one and rewire the kitchen. I mean, I know it sounds like a lot of work, but you'd be surprised how much money you can save these days, what with the cost of builders and so on. Donald thinks, actually, that we've probably added about £2,000 to the value of the house. And it doesn't take all that long, does it?
No.
I mean, what is it, about 6 years since we started?
Seven.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, Katie was about 3.
She was 3.
And,
Hobbies mustn't be confused with crazes, short-term obsessions that then fizzle out, I mean, like the yo-yo, or the frisbee, or the Social Democrat Liberal Alliance. It's a comfort, isn't it, to know that in 6 months it won't matter that you can't solve your Rubik's Cube, because it'll have gone the way of the hula hoop and the skateboard. Though at least local authorities haven't spent thousands of our money building Rubik's Cube parks.
I'll turn around when I'm ready, bogey face. Good evening, I suppose. I thought I was supposed to have this week off. They said to me at the beginning of the week, this week, Kevin, it's relaxation and taking it easy. You know, general leisure. I thought, great, I spent the week in bed. Well, not the whole week, you know. I got up to go to the lavatory and I like to eat, you know. Well, you got to eat, you know, otherwise you can't go to the lavatory. So I had a great week, you know. And I woke up this morning about 11 o'clock, you know, because I got this alarm clock, right? It's a great alarm clock. It's great, because if you set it right, the little buzzer goes off, right? And then you stretch your arm up to turn it off and it pours boiling water all over your arm. It's very refreshing, it's great. It works every time. So I was sitting up in bed, like, changing the bandages on my arm this morning, and there was this hammering at the door. Like, I thought, hello, someone's in a hurry. So I got out of bed, went to the lavatory, cleaned my teeth and combed my hair, went and answered the door. And it was the bloke that runs this programme. He says, oh, there you are, Kevin. I says, where do you expect me to be? I live here. And he says, where have you been all week? I said, I've been taking it easy in bed, like you said. He said, you're not supposed to take it easy. You're supposed to investigate taking it easy. I said, well, thanks very much for telling me. He said, listen, Turvey. I said, what do you think I'm doing, riding a bicycle? Which is quite clever, because, like, I wasn't doing it, you know. He says, listen, Turvey, you go outside and investigate leisure right now. I said, what, in my pyjamas? And he'd already gone down the road, so I ran outside and said, what, in my pyjamas? And one of my neighbours said, I don't know, what's in your pyjamas? I said, shut up! It was all like worked up, you know. So I went inside, and I thought, this is just impossible. I can't work and take leisure at the same time. I can't investigate taking it easy, not unless I'm really relaxed when I'm investigating. So I thought, well, maybe that's a good idea. So I thought, I'll go out and get drunk. That's what I'll do. So I went down to the pub, like, and got thrown out straight away. Apparently, they don't serve people in pyjamas. So I went round, like, to this other pub, which was more liberal, right? I sat there for about an hour, 2 hours, you know, sitting down, taking it easy, waiting to get served. Eventually, I thought, this is no good. I'll have to just ask for a drink or something, you know. I was getting worked up again. So I went, like, over to the bar. I didn't have time to hang about. I said, give us a pint of Pernod now. He gave it me. I drunk it straight down, got up off the floor and went outside. Getting a bit woozy, I thought, I better start investigating pretty quick. What shall I investigate first? I know, I'll investigate going to sleep in the park. So I went down there, kind of ziggy-zaggy, went down there and went and lay down in the long grass, you know. Like, not by the swings, because that was making me a bit dizzy when I looked at it. I lay down, put a newspaper over my face and lay down and went to sleep in the long grass. And that's when I had this really terrible dream. I dreamt that I was flying upside down over Turkey, drinking Pernod, and all the people were pointing at me and saying, give us a banana, you bastard! I woke up with this stabbing pain in the front of my head. And I thought, I'm only drinking Pernod in halves from now on. And then the pain started moving around in my head. And I opened my eyes and pulled the newspaper back, and there was this spike sticking out of my head with this park keeper on the end of it. And he says, what are you doing going to sleep underneath the litter, you vagrant? I said, I'm not a vagrant, I'm an investigative reporter. He says, if you're an investigative reporter, how come you're covered in sick? And that was someone who'd come up and been sick all over me while I was asleep. So this is what I learned about leisure, Mr. Producer.
Afternoon, John.
Afternoon, Douglas. How are you?
Oh, can't complain. How's the wife?
She died last week.
Oh, no improvement then. How are the kids?
David fell off his bike yesterday.
Accident?
No, alcoholism.
You know, my house burnt down the other day.
Were you insured?
No. We're living in a tent.
That's nice.
Bloody cold, though.
Cold as February, I can remember.
Well, since last February.
Frostbite's giving me hell. Had to have 2 toes off last week.
I only ever had 4 myself.
Toes?
No, kids.
We can't have any more kids.
Oh, why's that?
Wife died last week.
Holidays happen to most people once a year, to rich people twice a year, and to school teachers 3 times a year. Your family comes up to you and says, "We would like a holiday this year. We would like a proper holiday. A holiday that's not only fun to look forward to and look back on, but which is actually fun while you're having it." You then start a running battle, trying to find a holiday you can afford to come home from. There are various options. There are various options at the cheaper end of the market. There's the self-catering holiday, which is not what goes on after air crashes in the South American jungle. Now, a self-catering holiday was invented by men to give women the chance to spend a fortnight in a tiny kitchen frying sausages in a bikini. Then, of course, there's timeshare, where you buy your holiday home for a couple of weeks of every year.
Oh, what a marvellous holiday, eh? I've had a great time.
Yep. We really look forward to the first 2 weeks in June, don't we, kids? Yes.
Timeshare's a marvellous idea. I can't think why no one thought about it before.
I know. I mean, who needs more than 2 weeks in the year anyway?
Yeah, the next 99 years. You face that.
Yes.
Ah, here's a taxi. Bye, kids.
Bye-bye.
Hello, timeshare. Oh, I'm Derek Clayton. I'm the second fortnight in June.
Same kids.
You can now even get timeshare fallout shelters, only here the trick is deciding which 4 minutes to buy. Young people can go abroad quite cheaply and live in straw huts in Tunisia. These are usually called club something, because when you want something to eat, you have to go out and club something. If you stay 2 weeks, they grant you independence.
What are you going to tell your parents?
Well, I'll say to them, look, I know a lot of couples that have gone on holiday together.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm old enough to know what I'm doing. You can trust me. I mean, if we were just wanting a dirty weekend, we'd hardly spend £400 on holiday in Spain.
Well, exactly. Then why are we spending £400?
One thing we can be sure about in the future is that leisure will get more organised. You can see it happening already. The only way you can tell you're out in the country is by notices 60 feet by 30 with bright orange letters saying, "This is an area of outstanding natural beauty." There are litter bins everywhere, full of torn-up pictures of extinct birds. The bushes have notices as well, saying, "Ladies and gents." Of course, you can get away from all this by going more than 10 yards from your parked car. Then you find the real country, with the glorious sound of birdsong ringing in your ears as long as your Sony stowaway batteries last out.
What, son?
What was it like when you were a boy?
Oh, son. Times were very different then. In these days, you could go out to your front door at any time of the day or night without fear of being molested. And the pace of life was, well, slower somehow. And the long, hot summers seemed to go on forever.
Why did it all change?
We got bored living in Australia.